lots of times people really feel this natural state of beingness, something they're doing or whatever.
Like a beautiful sunset, or
Yes.
being out here on this gorgeous beach?
Yes, any of those where they are able to go inside with no judgment and just feel this powerful energy all around them. Okay, that's in truth what the I am is, and connecting to that universal source of all of this. Okay, so there's a sense of connection. So the lower human ego, negative and positive, is all based on the illusion of separation. So if we don't clean that up, even if we accidentally get into our I am, we can't keep it. Our lower human ego is too programmed. We have to clean the programs up to be able to keep it.
So how do we learn this separation? I mean, is that something we're taught?
Yes, we are taught. How we're taught it is, do you speak Russian?
No.
How about Hungarian?
No.
Well, how come?
Never learned it.
How come you didn't learn it? What did you learn?
English.
English. And where did you learn it from?
School.
No.
Parents.
Thank you. Did you get that?
Yeah.
See? You learned a language. You learned a language from your parents. And you learned it as early as in the womb.
Right.
Okay? And then you started learning how to talk after you were born, all of that, and you even had the mannerisms of your parents, the body language, because 93% of our communication is nonverbal. So, like,
we all have the conditioning then.
We all have the conditioning.
Paint it slightly different.
Yeah,
Stories,
different stories. Different stories. So, like, think about it. Think about our nervous system and what's made up of. It's made up of your moms and your dads.
Right.
Well, what is that? It's an instant download of all their beliefs, negative and positive, on both sides.
Right.
Now, this is not about blaming our parents no more than you blame your parents because they taught you English instead of Russian.
Right.
Like, that's what they had, that's the program they had, that's what was running them, and you learned it. It's that simple. We won't get into the fact that you chose them. We'll talk about that another time.
Okay.
And so, as early as conception, we start this program. And what happens is 50% of all of our beliefs, from the lower human ego negative and the lower human ego positive, are at conception. 50%.
Wow, that's amazing to think about that.
And the other 50 is us walking through our world and having experiences and learning on our own what those meanings are. So that we're not a carbon copy of our parents.
But somewhat conditioned by that 50%.
Yes, somewhat conditioned. That's what the similarities are. Okay?
Okay.
And so if you see a couple of people that are really have been together a long time and they look the same, only they're a husband and wife or whatever, the reason they look the same is because they've taken on each other's belief systems. Okay? And so, that's where they come from. But they come always before the intellect. And that's where you have to change it. You have to change it in the way it got created. And that's why some people take 20 years in these systems. Because they're doing it intellectually, not neurologically and cellularly. Because the cells start reproducing at the moment of conception, the beliefs and the programs that are running the system of their mother and fathers.
And those cells are changing constantly.
Every single second.
There's an opportunity for change every single second.
Yes, and there is a way to reprogram the cells to create a new program. But you have to clean up that nervous system to make it hold.